Welcome back. This is James at sleeppay.com. We're so glad to have you. If you have liked these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have many more videos to come in the future. We'd like you to be a part of it. It's very informational, okay? Let's get into it. Today we'll be discussing the best full face mask of 2023, okay? Now I say that very carefully because a lot of people want to throw stones. There is best masks for individual people. We are just choosing a couple based upon sales and also popularity as far as wants and needs of patients I have, and that's just what we're going to go over right now, okay? So like I said, and each mask does have their own individual uses and reasons for the uses, and that's what we'll go over as well. But these are the masks we chose for simplicity and for time's sake, so let's get into it, okay? So the first mask we have is the ResMed AirFit F20. It's a very popular mask. You know ResMed by their gray and blue straps. That's how they're kind of determined or are distinguished by. It's a really good mask. So basically it has magnetic straps that you can pop on very easily. Okay, there's no having to unclip anything or hook anything, making it complicated, especially if you do take these things off in the middle of the night or something like that. Okay, but it's a very simple mask. Also, there is no stabilizing bar. Okay, there's another mask that we'll show you later on that does have the stabilizing bar. So since we're all trying to be more comfortable, they're trying to get as much as they can hardware off the face. So they took away the stabilizing bar, making it a little more comfortable for you. If you do wear glasses or something, you can wear them at night while you're watching TV with the mask on. When you go to doze off, take the glasses off. I tell people all the time, and go to sleep. You got the machine on already with the mask, okay? There is a front elbow here. This elbow is these things are very good. I'll tell you why in a moment. So the elbow on this one, you just squeeze, pop it off, okay? And when you put it back on, it snaps, okay? There are exhalation ports on the sides of the elbow. You will feel air coming out, so don't be discouraged by that. It's supposed to happen. It lets the carbon dioxide out. But basically what I tell people is, if you're wearing a full face mask, especially at night, and this is what a lot of masks, and I'll explain this later on, I'll show you on a couple others how to do this, but with this mask specifically, if you are waking up at night, okay, let's say specifically you need to use the restroom. What I tell people, and I'll tell you the reason why I say this, if you wake up in the middle of the night, whether you shut the machine off or you have a smart stop on, whatever the situation is, just pop this off, throw it on the side with your tube, connect it, and go to the bathroom with the mask on, okay? Another neat thing is I came up with, and I don't know if this is written down in stone, but I tell people all the time, if you go get like little bendable straws, if you need to drink something, just basically put the straw through here, drink real quick, and that way you can go back to the bedroom, you just clip this back on, and you go back to sleep. You know, either turn the machine on like I said, or if you have a smart start on the machine, however you have the features on your machine, you could just go ahead and go back to sleep. The reason why I say that is because, like I said, simplicity is what I stress in all my videos. It has to be simple for you. So when you come back to bed, if you take this whole mask off, which will be easy because it's magnetic, you just rip these off, rip the mask off your head, throw it on the side, and go to the bathroom. The problem is when you come back, you're not going to want to put it back on. And so you wake up in the morning, you'll be frustrated, you'll say, oh man, I should have put it back on. So what I'm telling people is, if you can make it as simple as possible for yourself to just pop this off, go to the bathroom with the mask on, get some water with the mask on, pop it back on, turn the machine back on, and go to sleep. It's easier, and you'll benefit from the machine a lot more because you'll have more time on the machine, okay? Now this is actually silicone. This mask is actually a little higher up. It's a more narrow cushion. And so this cushion comes like this in the silicone feature and the memory foam, which is the AirFit, which is the silicone, and the AirTouch, which is the memory foam, okay? This is actually good for, like, if you have facial hair or you're allergic maybe, or it discomforts you or irritates you with the silicone, you go with the memory foam. It's a great option, okay? Both of these masks, or this type of mask, the F20, is actually a more narrow cushion, okay? Now, the reason I'm saying that, the reason being is because there is no stabilizing bar. And so with this type of mask, I'll tell you right now how to to fit these. You want these to go up to about the middle of the eyebrow, down to the middle of between the lip and the chin, okay? The reason why it's gonna go so high up is because if you see there's a little guide on the outside here where it's actually the frame where you put it back on. That frame right there is the guide. Even though it's coming up higher on your face, it does come down about an inch below where it actually opens and rests on the bridge of your nose. So I get a lot of patients that say, oh, I got the wrong mask, or it's too big for me. I say, no, that mask specifically is meant to fit that way, because if you put it down, they want, you know, everybody wants the mask lower on the bridge of their nose. The issue is if you have this mask down here, the actual opening doesn't start to, you know, down further, weighing down on the bridge of your nose, causing irritation, pressure, and discomfort. And that's what I get on the other end, is basically, oh, it's you know, I have this too small a mask, it's not working for me. And so that's what you want to do when you fit a F20 mask. You want it higher up here. But yeah, like I said, this is a great mask for all pressures. And if you want a more comfortable mask and a traditional full face mask, which I prefer, if you were using a full face mask, I would go with the F20 personally, okay? Next up, we have the F&P Simplus mask. F&P is Fisher & Paykel, for those who don't know. This mask is great if you are using a BiPAP machine or a machine going up to higher pressures. This is a beautiful mask we use for years. It gives a great seal at those higher pressures still, and it's very comfortable as well, okay? Like I said, there's many options. This is the one that's my go-to mask on high pressures. And so this mask actually, if you see here, like I showed you on the last mask, the clips to start with, it has little graded strips here that if you grab those, hold those, and push forward, it unclips. It's like a little hook that there's a bar here that you just basically bring it back over and snap it on, and that's if you want to take off the mask, of course, okay? On this mask, like I discussed on the last, this has the stabilizing bar I was speaking of, that it was not on the F20 mask, okay? Now, though this has stabilizing bar on it, okay, this cushion is more blunt and more is lower on the bridge of your nose. So while you have no stabilizing bar on the F20, it goes higher up on the bridge of the nose. This here has the stabilizing bar, but it goes lower on the bridge of the nose and a more blunt shaped cushion for comfort, okay? They're both very comfortable. You know, like I said, the best mask, full face mask, is the one that works for you. So if you do, you know, have a mask that works for you, please comment below and let us know, you know, what worked for you and the reason why, just to give some insights to some folk that are getting on this YouTube channel, checking us out, so everybody knows and you give the knowledge as well, okay? But this here is very nice as well. So the way you take this one off, it's even easier. You just grab this stabilizing bar and you pull it off, okay? It's very easy. As you can see, this is a lot more blunt than the actual AirFit F20, okay? But it's up to you, it's your choice. And when you put this back on, there's a hole, there's holes here. That's your exhalation ports. I know the other mask had them on the elbow. This has them here, so you will feel air coming out constantly. That's okay, it's supposed to, but you basically match it up with this hole. The circle goes to the circle. You just, oh, excuse me, snap it back on, okay? And that's it right there. With this mask, as I showed you, I was gonna explain like I did with the elbow on the F20 at night. You get up to use the bathroom. Now you can't drink with this one, unfortunately, okay, unless you take it all the way off. But as far as the bathroom breaks go, if you wake up in the middle of the night, what you would do with this mask is it has a quick release as well. So all you would do is tubing's connected here. That gray piece right there will come off with the tube. Okay, sometimes it gets stuck in the tube, so please be aware if you do switch masks, it may be in there. I've gone over this 1,000 times with patients. They call me saying, oh, my mask won't fit, the new one I have, to the tube. And I'm like, yeah, because you have the quick release stuck in there, you got to bend it out of there. But, you know, basically, like I said, with the F&P Simplus mask, when you wake up to use the bathroom specifically, pop this off. Go to the bathroom, you know, shut the machine off, or it shuts off by itself. Like, once again, that's your choice, whatever you choose to do. Go to the bathroom. When you come back, snap it back on, press the machine on, or it goes auto on, whatever your choice is, and go back to sleep, okay? That is the F&P Simplus mask. And this is a great mask, like I said, once again, for high pressures and BiPAP machines with high pressures as well, of course, okay? Next, we have the ResMed AirFit F30 and the F30i we'll get into in a moment. And like I said, there's different masks for different situations or different comfort levels, so I'll explain that in a moment when I get to the next mask. But for right now, we're speaking about the AirFit F30 mask by ResMed. Once again, the signature gray and blue straps that ResMed has, as I told you. Okay, so this mask, I would say, if you do need to use a full face mask to breathe through the mouth and nose with, and you're claustrophobic, that you can't have something covering the mouth and nose, I do understand completely. Trust me, I feel the same way. And so there are different versions. This is the ResMed one. Like I said, it's one of the best masks out, okay? And so similar, just like the F20, they come with the signature magnets. Very simple. You just literally pull them off and clip them back on. You got the little blue dots, you can't miss them. Even if you go near it, it just clips back on, okay? Also, same thing, elbow. This elbow actually has exhalation ports around the clip that it goes into, the frame, and also on the sides as the F20 had, okay? So they basically, it allows the carbon dioxide to escape. You will feel the air coming out. That's normal. There's no problem with that, I promise you. They come in different sizes. I believe this comes in medium and small only. Medium is pretty normal or routine for everybody. I fit, you know, if you do want a little less leakage, because it is, you know, not covering the whole face, it's going underneath the nose. It may be a little more flimsy if you move, etc. So it may leak. So I would go with the small in general. I usually do it at all masks just to make sure it doesn't leak as much. But this cushion, same thing. So what you do is the frame is on the outside. There's a frame and you can have a gap between the cushion and frame. All you do is just pop it off, okay? This is the cushion for the F30 mask. Very simple. You can change any one of these cushions. The routine or the status is usually about a month. Maybe you'll get longer out of it if you are cleaning it, unscented baby wipe, warm soapy water on a damp rag or something. Just keeping it clean daily. It will accrue obviously oily skin and dead skin cells that eat away at the silicone. It'll start to leak a lot, and that's obviously when you're going to start changing it. But basically, you just take this to circle. You got the frame, the top, obviously where the holes are is where your nose would go over to provide the air into your nose to breathe. And then you obviously have this part that covers your mouth so you can breathe through your nose and mouth with this. This mask is great for patients that need that full face mask but do face claustrophobia, okay? Last but not least, we have the F30 by ResMed, the F30i. That I is signature, and it's discreet because everything with the I, as far as what ResMed makes, is on top of the head. Okay, so this is a little different. I'll explain that. The air is going to travel through the headgear. A lot of people are concerned, like if I lay on my side, you know, is it going to stop the air from coming through? Absolutely not. They wouldn't do that. I mean, they're trying to help you breathe. Why would they have it stopping you breathe? Okay, I explain that to patients all the time. Okay, with this mask, it's a little different. So the quick release on top of the head, I'll explain that. There are similar magnets. Like I said, that's ResMed's signature feature is the magnets. Is very simple to take off and put on, and they won't come off in the middle of the night. Trust me, it's not like a flimsy thing. Some people do have issues with that, but they must be very rough sleepers, because I'm a rough sleeper and these don't come off at all. But basically you pop them off. The little blue dot indicates where it goes. Like I said, if you put it near there, it'll get back on there quickly. It's just magnet, so it'll suck right onto there and it's no problem, okay? With this mask, the elbow on this mask is on top of the head. Okay, so it might be a little more difficult to take off in the middle of the night and find it when you come back to bed. So what I tell people is, actually, I wouldn't use the elbow personally on this type of mask. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, once again, specifically for the bathroom, you can't drink water with the mask on, unfortunately. However, if you do wake up in the middle of the night and you want to use the bathroom, you would wake up and there's a tubing going to connect here. So the rubber tubing, you would just hold this here and you bend the rubber tubing off, and you just throw it on the side. You either shut the machine off once again, or it shuts off by itself, whatever you choose the feature on your machine, but you just go to the bathroom with this all together, okay? Come back, connect the tubing to the top, turn it on automatically on, whatever you choose, and it's very simple for you, okay, and convenient. With this mask, it's a little tricky, not tricky, but it's a little different. So the way you take this cushion off, all you would do is take the whole piece right here is one piece. So all you would do is up top, you just kind of bend it outwards. So you just pop it outwards and it's all one piece. And you do it on each side. And when you go to put the cushion back on, or the frame back on the cushion, whichever you want to say, there is a little tab here, okay? And there's a tab here to guide you. So all you would do is take this tab, you kind of put it underneath, and then you push down and it locks in. And that's basically how you put the cushion on the F30i. Once again, if you are claustrophobic, you don't want something in front of your face as far as a tubing or something like that, this is a great option. These masks that connect to the top of the head, it's your choice. And you know, if you want to use a quick release on top of the head, the elbow, basically what you could do is personally just squeeze these little tabs, pop it off, you got the tubing in there, go to the bathroom with it, come back and just try to find it, snap it back in. Sometimes it's harder for patients to find that little hole on top of the mask where it actually goes into. So I tell them, listen, just grab the mask, bend the tubing off, and go to the bathroom and do it that way. But if you like to, you know, you do things the hard way like myself, I've been always told, you could just squeeze this here, pop it off, and then go to the bathroom and come back and just figure it out where it is and push it down and snap it in. You don't got to squeeze to put it back on. And that is, once again, this is the F30i mask by ResMed. Once again, these are just generalized masks that we get the most sales of, or you know, they're most popular, I would say. If you have a mask that pertains to you, that works for you, again, I'll mention it to you. Comment below and let us know what works for you. Let everybody know, you know, why it works for you, so we can discuss some things, and you know, everybody can make the proper choice when they get into this. A lot of people aren't users of CPAP, they're new to this, and so we're making these videos just to guide you and let you know of our choices of the best full face mask of 2023. Once again, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and let us know how you feel about these masks yourself, okay? Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week when we discuss the best nasal mask of 2023.